Well, hello marketers. Now in the today's topic, we are going to talk about Google Audience List, which is really important for someone who is trying to become or trying to have a career in digital marketing. But before I get into it, let me ask you something. What is the right choice of coffee for you? Is it a cold one or is it a hot coffee? Because people who are really choosing the cold coffee, it's easy for them to navigate through the process of getting this coffee prepared. But then hot coffee is something which is always difficult to make, always has to go through a lot of pain, a lot of steam, a lot of heat, in fact, and then it gets prepared. Also, it's having the more value in the market. So I've seen people who are always confused if they become a digital marketer or a performance marketer. In fact, I have met with a lot of people who directly want to become a performance marketer. And you just can't do that. You really have to become a digital marketer first, which is all about learning how to launch the campaigns, how to do keyword analysis, how to create the media plans, and also how to make sure your ads are now visible on all the platforms. On the other hand, performance marketing, as per the name says, is all about driving the performance. It's less about launching the campaigns, less about showing the ads, but more about driving the results out of it. So it's about how much amount of money you make for the client. In fact, when you look at the different jobs in the world, we have three kind of companies normally. It's either a company who is having a marketing team, we call it a set of digital marketers, or we have companies like Google or Meta who are having their own employees. And third one, we have these performance marketing agencies. This is the one where they're highly recommending or highly recruiting people who are a performance marketer, someone who can drive the returns out of the business. And these agencies are majorly having a performance or having a skill set in a particular domain. And that's why companies normally outsource their projects to these performance marketing agencies. And that's why performance marketers are always having 2x or 3x of the salary of a digital marketer. So if you are really thinking about getting through a lot of heat or a lot of steam, then you can think of becoming a performance marketer. But then, even to become a performance marketer, you have to learn digital marketing first. Without digital marketer, you cannot become a performance marketer. So I guess now you know if you are going to prefer a cold coffee or a hot one as your career option. Now, today's topic, which is all about Google Audience List, is important for someone who is becoming a performance marketer, which is all about showing the ads to a repeated audience. Because for digital marketers, it's totally simple. You go with two targeting option for any advertisement. It's going to be keyword, which is responsible for showing the ads on search engines, and also for audience, which is responsible for showing the ads on Google Display Network, which means a display campaign, or Meta, which means Facebook and Instagram. Audience list is something which performance marketer create and they keep in the account so that they can repeatedly show the ads to these audiences and drive conversions out of it. To start with, the list is like when you create a list of audiences who have visited a particular page of the website, maybe a checkout page, maybe add to cart page, or maybe a thank you page. Or let's say you want to target the ads to people who have seen a particular product on your website. So basically what we are doing, we are creating different list of audiences over here. And then the idea is to show the ads back to this audience once, twice, or thrice to drive the conversion, to drive the sales. And performance marketer are majorly working on these lists in Google and Meta both. So now let's start with all the audiences targetings that we have in Google. So in Google in total, we have around 14 different lists, and it's really difficult to go through all these lists one by one. So I have broken it down, starting with your data segment. So as the name says, your data is all about the data which you are uploading in the account or which is your data, which simply starts with customer match, which means a data which is matching with a customer. So what we do, we simply upload a list in the account. Let me open up a list for you. So let's say I want to show the ads to data of Delhi audience. Any audience which is uh, like information of people who are maybe who have I have purchased by something, or I already, or maybe the people have made some purchase in the website. And then the idea is to show the ads back to these audiences only. So what I do, I simply create a CSV file using these 6 fields, starting with first name, last name, email ID, phone number, country, and zip code. Quite simple. And then I upload this data in the Google Ad account. If not so, then let's say I create a list of people who have been to a particular page of the website. We call it website audience. Or then, if not that, then we create a list of audiences who have used our application. This is really important for people or for companies who are having an application, and then through campaigns, they want to target their ads to these audiences. If not so, then we also have the fourth list, which is all about the YouTube audiences. So what we do for your data segments, we simply have to navigate into the Google Ad account, go to Tools and Settings, and come under Audience Manager. Now, within the Audience Manager, we simply come under or click on this plus sign. And first of all, we create the website visitor list. Now, all the list which we have over here, which starts with all visitors Google, AdWords optimized list, AdWords optimized list 2, and then all converters, all these lists are the website visitors, people who have interacted with the website in any different way. So what you can do, if you want to target any of your campaign with this data, you can simply click on this link and use this list with a campaign or the ad group. If not from here, you can also go into the campaign itself and use the audiences within the campaign as well. So you can simply target this list either from the data segments or also from the campaign itself. And if you don't like website data much, then the second one is app users. You simply have to connect your application with the Google Ad account, and then that list will start showing up within over here. The third one is YouTube users. So I have already connected a YouTube channel with this account, which is all about Springtails. This list is a YouTube user list. You can see in the type it says YouTube. It's having a size of around 5,800 on search, 12,000 on YouTube. So I can show the ads to these numbers in search campaign and these numbers in the YouTube campaign. It's not allowing me to show any ads in the display campaign though. And we have this number for the Gmail campaign. This channel is having these many subscribers. So you can simply see by connecting a channel, you can simply target your ads to a campaign simply, and the campaign will make sure the ads will only go to this audience. And then we have the customer list, which is all about showing the ads to people which are available in a sheet. So let's say if I simply try to upload this list, which I showed you earlier, I can simply go to upload a file manually, click on continue, name this list as customer list 2024, and I click on upload email ID, phone numbers, and I simply push this list into the account, click on this data sharing with Google, and then click on save and continue. In this way, I can simply upload this list in the Google Ad account. It's going to take a while to fetch the information, and then this list is being populated. Once populated, I can simply connect this list with any of the campaign and repeatedly showing the ads to people through this campaign. So as I said, your data is all about showing the ads to people who are the part of our information, like information that we are keeping, or the lists which are totally created by us. Google has not created this list for us. The second one is the Google audience segment. This is the list which is created or shared by Google to you, which starts with detailed demographics, which is all about how you target your ads to people who are having a parental status, maybe married or unmarried, under marital status, their education, home ownership, if they are having a home or not, and then the employment status. And it's really questionable if we can target these lists to an underdeveloped or developing country, because this data is usually being shared in the developed countries like US or UK. So you can avoid this list in countries like India, because you will hardly be having information shared by people about their marital status, about their education, about their home ownership. It's really not available quite properly in countries like India or even in any third world countries. which are, or any developing countries, in fact. Then we have lists like affinity segments. Affinity segment is all about targeting people or targeting ads to people who are under an affinity, who are part of a community or part of an interest, let's say. So you'll be having a lot of options over here. Then we have in market and live events. So let's quickly get into the Google Ad account so I can show you from where you can target all these four options in any of the campaigns. So let's say we simply get to display campaign. From here, let's go to audiences. Within audience, we should be having some available options. Now, Google is a bit slow at my device, so you may have to wait for a while. Then I click on edit audience segments, choose the ad group, and from here, I can simply target my ads to this one, which is affinity audience. People who are having an interest in any of these following categories. Let's say people who are having interest in banking and finance, beauty and wellness, food and dining. So I can just create an affinity list. It's up to me whether I target this list as a performance marketer or not. It's really questionable because these kind of list, the affinity one especially, is having very broad data. Then we have in market list, which is all about people who are now actively trying to make a decision, who are researching or planning to buy something maybe over the internet. So again, we have different options over here within in market. And in market, we have options like apparel and accessories, art and crafts, and you'll be having a lot of options within in market. Then you have live events. It's all about what people are thinking to do in their life, as if they are thinking of getting a change in their job, getting married, trying to move into a different city, or maybe planning to purchase a home. Any action, any event that they are thinking in their lives. And then here we complete our Google audience segment. And now we have the custom segment list, which is also called as the customized list in audience. So basically this list starts with people who have searched anything in the history. So let's say if you want to target ads to people who have searched for MBBS course in the past, and you just want to target ads to people on basis of their search term. So we can do that using the custom list. If not so, we want to target ads to people who have been to websites like Aaj Tak or NDTV or maybe ClickBuzz, anyone who is having interest in a series or a similarity of website, or people who have been to an app like, let's say, you want to show the ads to people who have been to Cyber Surfer app or any of the game, in fact. So what we can do, we can simply come back into the Google Ad account. We can go under audiences again. We can go into edit audience segments, choose the ad group. And from here, we can go to browse and we can come under custom segments. This will allow us to create a list in 3 different ways. So we can name it, let's say we want to target our ads to people who have searched for a sports car, or maybe let's say something which is really, really intriguing. Okay, so let's say I want to target my ads to people who have looked for courses abroad. Courses abroad. If I'm making a campaign for IELTS students. Cool. So what I can do, I can simply type courses. Oh my God, I'm pretty bad with the spelling, I guess. CRSESABROAD. Study abroad program to college, best courses to study. Okay, so if let's say if I go with this option, people who search any of these search terms on Google and go with courses abroad, then my ads are going to be showing to people who have searched things like study abroad program for college students, or maybe best courses to study abroad after 12th. If not so, then what I can do, I can simply choose the website option. So I can put a website like NDTV. And if I go with this website, then my ads are going to be shown to websites who are having the similar interest to NDTV. So I simply paste the NDTV URL over here. And now my ads are going to be shown to people who are having similar interest to NDTV. If not so, I can go with the app option as well. So let's say I go with ClickBuzz as an application. ClickBuzz. Okay, it's ClickPro, not ClickBuzz. And this one is ClickBuzz in the purple. So I can use any of these three options. Having this option means my ads are going to be targeted to people who have searched for any of these queries in the past, because we are going with people who search for any of these terms on Google. Or we can target our ads to people who are having any interest in websites like NDTV or any interest with applications like ClickBuzz, which means we can create another set of segments using the custom segments in Google. And then we have options like other options, which are all about combining these lists in a different ways. We have options like optimized targeting, which is all about choosing an optimized way to target our ads to an additional audience. This is typically available in the settings of a display campaign. So when you go to display campaign settings, it's highly recommended not to use this option, because if you do so, then your ads are going to be targeted to the additional audiences, additional settings which you had chosen in the campaign. So this is going to be available somewhere over here in the ad group option. Allow me a moment so it quickly opens up. Right, so it's always off. So in the list, in the audience segment, I had chosen fine jewelry. If I enable this option of audience targeting, my ads will be shown to additional audience. And you can see the number over here. When I enable this option, it went from 2 million to 310 million, 200 million to 310. If I disable this, then it goes back to 200 million, which means having this list is gonna show my ads to people who are targeted by Google as the targeting signal. I should always try to avoid this option. And then we have options like audience expansion, which is quite similar to audience optimization, where again, I'm expanding my audience targetings. However, out of all these lists which I have, the one which normally is being used by performance marketers is the first one. This one, your data segments. I mean, now, but in Facebook, we always try to make different Facebook audience segments as well. So we make similar audiences in Facebook. Google also had this similar audience options available earlier, but now we don't have a similar audience list. So we all have to try with all these different targeting options so that our ads goes to the right audiences. Now the question is, how about people who are learning this 20 hours Google Ads practical training course? So what I want from you is to do these three exercises. I have already shown you one, which is all about upload customer data into Google Ads and link it with any draft ad group. I have not linked it for the campaign with the campaign or the group. What you can do, you can simply create this list. Now, maybe you're thinking it's quite easy, but trust me, if you won't be doing it, you won't be learning it, you won't be understanding it, and there's no point in going through this course. So this is a course which is for people who are practically learning or thinking about learning digital marketing. It's only going to help people who are putting their hands on Google Ads tool. And then in the second exercise, it's all about linking your ad account with a YouTube account to use YouTube data. So you can simply connect your Google Ad account with a YouTube account from this option, Audience Manager, and just try to go with YouTube users, and you'll be getting an option to connect your channel with this ad account. And then the third one, create a custom segment list. Custom segment is something which I showed in one of the options. You can also use custom segment from here. So you can either go in the campaign to create a custom segment, or you can simply create it from the custom segment option in Audience Manager tool. And I guess now you are good to understand if you really have to think about making a career in digital marketing or performance marketing. Again, if you are trying to mastery the Google ad as a course, you always have to go and understand the concept of audience list. I'll see you in the next video.